us, and some are ancient, some are new, but all of them shape who we are. Narrative therapy allows us to tap into this timeless practice of storytelling, helping us to reframe and understand our lives, sometimes through the lens of others, because it can be easier with a more externalized perspective. Sometimes we're too close to see it within ourselves. And I was remembering how, for me, there's one character who I deeply resonate with. And when I was doing my degree and we were doing our module on narrative therapy, I remember everybody had their characters, and mine was slightly different, I guess, and more modern, because I think for most people they kind of went back more, but I hadn't had such a strong connection as I did with this character, which is why I went with her, and it was Maleficent. I remember the first time I watched her story unfold, I felt her pain, her transformation, her redemption so intensely. I was moved to tears. My children were like, seriously? Why are you crying at Maleficent? But her world, the start of that film, is so beautiful, so vast, magical. It's a world full of magic and trust and balance and harmony, and she didn't need anything outside of that. She was her own love and light, and that was reflected back to her in her experience, and she wasn't looking for anything or anyone to make her anything more than she was or had. And through a chance meeting with this human man, she lets down her guard, and in a moment of trust, she has her wings clipped. And that scene where she awakens and realizes that she has gone against her feminine intuition and intellect and wisdom and trusted the wrong person and is now changed. She is physically, she's had her wings clipped. She can no longer fly. She becomes hardened and scarred and misunderstood, ultimately. And the bit that really I love about her is that despite all of that, at the heart of it all, she actually doesn't lose her capacity to love and nurture and protect. When she goes on to meet that little girl, she's everything that that little girl needs. And so there's an element of almost like inner child healing as well through that story that I see. Thinking back to my inner child meditation experience. Now, this is just my perception of the story. It's not necessarily what everybody else will say that they saw, but this is how I see it, certainly through my lens, and why I really deeply resonate with Maleficent and just love her character. Unpopular opinion, maybe. But her journey reminds me of how our narratives, our pain, our scars, they can shape us, but they don't have to define us forever. And just like Maleficent, we can reclaim our wings and we can heal. And in narrative therapy, we can look at the stories that we carry, challenge them and reauthor them in ways that allow us to transform and help and inspire others to transform as well. So